we are suffering because, you know, the lights cry and they go off. Unless Electricity Company of Ghana doesn't sense that there's...
It's so better.
Yes. It just starts drizzling.
Once it gets slightly... No, drizzle, no. Once it gets slightly cloudy, just a notch cloudy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You see, so that's where my difficulty is.
You know what Ashanti say?
No.
In Tuntum, epe nasifia kona from Abono. Obe round.
La ila. Nancy, thank you very much. So you know, so I was thinking about it that, look, as far as products are concerned, if you price people out of the product, or even an essential product or an essential service, they'll find other means of substitute.
Yeah.
And here lies the case. ECG is the only monopoly, right? So if people cannot afford, you price them out, what would they do? More illegal connections.
Yeah.
And so while the IMF may be advising that that's the way to go, I think that we need to rethink the strategy of the way we're undertaking the pricing.
That's true.
All right?
I've
So
heard a
if
lot
it is
of
that we're
people
going to
say
target the big agencies and make sure they pay the right tariffs or correct tariffs, because those are the agencies that we can easily access.
Exactly.
Like the big companies, the ministry departments and agencies. The domestic consumers, if we price them out of the market, they will intensify their illegal connections.
They will.
Unless maybe big men and women at the Electricity Company of Ghana think I'm lying.
Yeah, true.
And it happens every time.
I agree with you.
If there's no substitutes, if there are substitutes, they'll go to that product or go and access that service.
Yeah.
But once you are a monopoly, then it means that you're creating a fertile ground for people who essentially need the service to find other means of accessing the service.
Accessing the service.
And that is the problem that ECG is going to be confronted with. In all this, in this report, she said that it is going to be adjusted quarterly. Judith, is that not what you said?
Yeah.
Quarterly.
Every
Tariffs adjusted quarterly, every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
In this country,
Very
where
true.
salaries have remained the same in the last how many years?
appalling.
It got increased by only 4 or 7%, I think so. And it's still hovering around the same figures for a very long time.
The increments are very
Inflation is what,
significant.
54 point
That's
something now? And we're still talking tariff increments every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Wow, Wolo. I see.
Well,
You
they
know-
say it's part of the IMF conditionality,
You know, there's,
so.
exactly. But you know, there's some truth in this saying that says Ghanaians are magicians, right? I don't know how we do it.
I really
have
don't know.
no
I don't even know how
idea how-
I do it.
Exactly. I don't know how I do it. I don't
Yeah.
know how my family members do it, but some way, somehow, we get by, we survive, we wake up the next day, and we
Yeah.
keep it going. But people are reeling under the harsh economic pressures
Very much.
in this country. And if it goes on like this for a very long time, or for a prolonged period of time, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to
So
talk about it.
I think that they need to take a real look at this. Look, people need to pay realistic charges or tariffs, but, you know. Anyway, Judith, wish you all the best.
thank you.
Sure,
I've
thank
noticed
you.
that fella... It's okay.
Fela
The thing I
Makafu
want to
has
say.
done what?
Yeah,
So for
people are saying on
Pacho,
social media
That what?
that she
Please
looks like
leave
Fela
me
Makafu.
here.
So I don't know whether...
Peacefully.
Okay.
Or is it how I'm saying you don't like it? Though?
We
Please
hear
tell
you.
Papa to leave me
Pakwesi
peacefully
Pojos,
today.
good morning to you.
We
You
hear
said I
you.
should be soft on Judith, so I'm trying to praise her.
You
that she-
worry her too much.
Oh,
You worry her too much. Too
okay.
much. Anyway, Judith,
Yeah.
thank you very,
Thank you too.
very much. We appreciate you being here. Can we take a break?
no,
so
why do
come
we have
back?
to?
Oh, no, I'm
Major
just
Sana
asking.
Afani is watching us. And so why are we taking?
No, I'm just asking you. Ebo Samoni, good morning to you.
Oh,
okay.
Amy Mahoroba.
Yeah. That's
Well,
the only fancy I can speak though.
oh, nah,
Padem
nah,
Mishawa
okay.
Horoba.
Oh, on your
It means
problem.
what I want to annoy you, right? Yeah, Padem
eh,
Mishawa
so-
Horoba. But fancy is such a
Anyhow,
sexy
anyhow,
language.
anyhow.
Anyway, let's get to the roads this morning. I want to talk about roads. So before you get to your
Yeah.
side, ladies and gentlemen, Mensa, put the camera on me. I'm addressing the nation. State of the Nation address. Mensa, can you hear me? Put the camera on me. I want to talk to the nation. Okay. I want to talk to the nation this morning. I want
Show
to
your
speak-
pothole
I want to
challenge. Show
speak
your
to
pothole challenge.
contractors this morning. I want to speak to people in charge of road signs and directions this morning. So, if you are using the Spintex side
Show
of
your pothole
Accra
challenge.
City, if you are using the inner road, the new one that's been constructed from Reggie Manuel, so it means that you get to the Palace Junction, you either do a left to Burma Camp, you do a right if you're using the motorway or if you're going to Accra Mall. If you are on that stretch this morning, I do not know why there is no road sign all on that stretch that tells you that the Palace Junction has been closed. So the Palace side that goes to Burma Camp has been closed. There is no signage that tells you another route to take. So you get there, you get confused. You would have to go round again. Now come back to take the right. That takes you to the motorway and Accra Mall. And when you get to the roundabout, yes, the flower pot roundabout, then now you can do a left. That brings you back to Palace and then the Burma Camp Road. I am not sure which contractor this is, but we need road signs over there to be able to tell pedestrians, to be able to tell motorists, to be able to tell whoever is using the road exactly where to pass. Please, motorists need to know where to pass, where the diversions are from the Spintex Road. You know the JP stretch, where the JP fueling station is, all the way. So it's from Reggie Manuel all the way to the Palace Junction. There is no through road anymore unless you turn right. So please, make sure, if it's not going to be open anytime soon, we know the roads are under construction. We are super grateful for it. But if you can provide directionary signs for us to know exactly where to pass, we will be grateful. So that's my plea this morning. Thank you very much. Now let's go to the pothole challenge in the country. The rain started not too long ago and everywhere is a mess. My area, totally shambolic. I can't even begin to talk about it. So I'm excited about that conversation we are going to be having with NADMO this morning. Mr. Yisi, George Yisi is going to be here later on the show this morning. But we want to show your pothole challenge this morning. Rolly, what you say?
Well, this has been continuing. So the last week, we also looked at the Teshi roads, etc. And I think there's a bigger conversation about how effectively these roads are. All right. So for all the things that we're talking about, while these are potholes, they are also located in urban areas. All right. That speaks to the bigger issue of how community roads are bad. And I use the motorway all the time. And today when I used it, the driver was just complaining about how bad the motorway is. Look, you have a motorway that is concrete. It's not asphalted. Now, we're using bitumen to patch it. You know, the motorway, when it breaks straight. It doesn't break, you know, as in patches or moves in patches.
Right.
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did the motorway, and the modern day Ghanaian engineers cannot do the motorway like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did.
After 65 years. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. I don't know what our problem is. Now, all our roads are just like you can't ply the roads. Like I don't know which areas you live in. Maybe East Legon is okay. East Airport, is that what they call it? Or Airport Hills and stuff like that. But all across the country, these are the scenes you will see in your community where you live. And oh my God, it's taking a toll on our links, on our shocks, on our ties, on everything else that the vehicle runs on. And I think this is appalling. And year in, year out, we talk about it.
Yeah.
Year in, year out. Year in, year out. We talk about it. Like every single year, we are talking about this, especially when it starts to rain. So what do we actually do as a country? What do we do?
No.
Maintenance, what do we do?
Well, I think, Charlie.
But my thing is...
Second year of roads, eh? Like,
No, Parkway says when you're addressing, please address of Pojos. Start with fellow Ghanaians.
Fellow Ghanaians.
Before.
Okay,
What did you say?
fellow Ghanaians.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So next time I start with fellow Ghanaians. No, but this one I was actually addressing the contractor who is working on the... So is it the whole Spintex Palace Mall interchange, junction, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what's going on there. So fellow Ghanaians, we are pleading to government this morning that they just give us directionary signs as to where to pass. It's super confusing and it can actually cause accidents. That thing at the Palace Junction, no, it's a no-no. So please, let's take care of it. Anyway, so back to show your pot whole challenge. Yeah.
But how are you?
I'm very well, Roland.
Yeah,
How are
great.
you?
Honey.
Yesterday, I was watching a video of the Ugandan ghetto kids.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
No, you haven't seen it?
I
You
haven't.
seen
No,
it? I think we
haven't.
should take a look. These guys have made Africa proud. Super, 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 super proud. If the video is ready, let's take a look at it. They are putting Africa on the map, and I love the last song that they used.
You mean how condensed or...
Yeah, no, I mean when well, purple is very concentrated. So
Okay.
you add more white and it becomes lilac. You add more white and it becomes,
Purple? No, but isn't violet and purple the same? I know,
On that
right?
note,
Help us, guys.
As a former outcast, I'm about to...
What is purple? Violet.
Because minimum say purple, violet, right?
I think violet has a
Guys,
bit more
help
blue.
us out. Ebo some money, help me. I know you are
Just
watching
a
this
little
morning.
bit more blue.
Ebo some money, help me. Let me see if he sent me a message. Or he just says lady in green. Okay,
But-
help us this morning. If you know the difference, Lily Mockley, if you are watching, help me this morning. Because I really want to understand lilac, purple, and violet.
I think that the color differentiation is really got to do with how dense or condensed the original violet
So just
is.
like AJ was saying.
So as you go, it lightens up and you have different shades.
So I think
you know.
maybe violet
Yeah.
is a little bit more,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's blue or red that's thrown into it.
And Dixon Agbamenu, who is watching us this morning, says that it depends on the shade of the color.
So Chantel sent a chat. I've sent it into the group. If you can just put it on
Okay, so the
on
shades
the
are
color
screen.
palettes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
How
whilst we fetch
exciting.
that, we'll talk about Perfect One.
Yes,
girl.
thank you,
I didn't have the
darling.
chance to watch you.
she's a
I just saw a
contestant.
little.
I am, yes. No,
No. I didn't have the chance to watch you. I just saw a little bit.
of it, yeah.
But I amazing.
Thank you,
job.
thank
Amazing job.
you.
What happened?
A lot. So we finally evicted our very first housemates,
Yeah.
Ali and Ruth, who'll be joining us later on the show.
Okay. The
As well,
evictees.
the evictees,
Yes.
yes. As well, we brought in new housemates.
You did?
Bibi and Seti. So they've also changed the dynamic of it because apparently Bibi has some pending issues with
Who?
Bella and I think Sandra, and she used to be friends with some of them, and she used to be, well, she was a former contestant on Date Rush, so she also has some dynamic on how she left and how she didn't get picked. So all that drama is unfolding in the
You're
house.
kidding.
Yeah, so it's exciting to see.
You know, I think one day...
So they are not wild cards, right? They are proper contestants.
Well, we'll find out soon, won't we?
I think one day as host,
Yeah.
you ladies should just decide that, Charlie, you defy management and participate in it. So you can imagine AJ participating
And
in
I
the
mean,
pool
boy, bear
parties and all that. And you even participating in the pool parties and all.
Wow.
I mean, we'll enjoy the show, but just for
Can
us
you
to have a
imagine?
feel, you know, empathy and also.
Okay.
Really?
Oh,
So the ladies in the house, all that they've shown so far, you are not satisfied.
You want more?
You still need AJ and I to be there for the pool party.
I think that it will draw the audience closer.
Wow.
Closer
wow,
than they are
wow,
right now?
wow.
So we have
Why,
close.
you want
The
the
audience are
audience to
close,
pop out
but
of the TV?
it will for superlative purposes.
It'll make
will-
it closer.
Yes, closer.
Okay.
So you
So,
suggest that
so the
AJ
audience
and
are
I-
close, but if we have AJ and then Cookie T among the housemates
During the pool party
in
specifically.
perfect match extra, especially pool party,
Wow.
dinner party,
Wow.
will draw the audience
A
closer.
lot closer. Okay. We'll take that under advice, Mr. Nakuki.
yeah.
We'll
We have to
revert.
tell the chief
We'll
executive to make sure that is possible.
Relax.
Because
relax.
sometimes only hosting is not enough. We need to see you part of the housemate draw closer.
Wow.
Perfect match
wow.
extra.
Okay, so we take it to the extra level.
Yes.
But catch all the action on pmextra.tv, where the 24/7 viewing is going on, where you can get all the drama and as well, all some very exclusive content as well, all on pmextra.tv.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
we'll be
before we
looking
move
out
on,
for it.
I'm told that the color schemes are ready. Before we move on, today we want to have some interesting conversation. So as we have the evictees or the evicted housemates of Perfect Majestra, we'll also be having some great conversation, telling you how the world of sports has been, you know. And then we'll tell you a conversation on big issues about how perhaps the banks that were collapsed and for the shareholders who felt or feel unduly not served could also have their banks returning to them, because distinguished economist Kwame Pieni has been advocating that. We'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm missing it. So straight away,
It's time
what I'm
to
missing
bite.
is Johnny's Bites.